Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another video. This is the first actual video on this channel for about 2 or 3 months, which is an insane amount of time. I mean, about 2 weeks ago I did do a live stream, but I'm back because finally, after God knows how long of waiting, we have actually got some Doctor Who stuff to talk about. We have some form of news, or at least the promise of upcoming news. So yeah, stay tuned for talk about the future of Doctor Who, the 60th anniversary, but mainly the Centenary special, which is the next episode of Doctor Who we will be getting later this year and possibly within the next month. So earlier today this image was popped out online somewhere. I can't actually find where it originally came from, but this is the cover to the official Doctor Who magazine, the next issue, and yeah, on the front cover we can see an exclusive and new image of the Centenary special. Admittedly, it's not, I mean, it is exciting, but it's not that exciting because it is just a picture of Sacha Darwin's wonderful face as the Master. Now, it does give us a more in-depth look at him in this Centenary episode. Like, he's got glasses on and seemingly a different costume. I think it's probably the same costume, but minus the coat as this image of him from the Centenary special trailer. But yeah, that's pretty funky. Now, the fact that his costume looks like this makes, like, the theory part of my brain sort of switch on immediately. In the trailer, we've seen 2 looks for Sacha Darwin's Master. We've seen this, which is the same as the cover from the magazine, and we've seen this, which looks like something out of The Curse of the Fatal Death. But yeah, it seems sort of clearly obvious we've got a younger version of the Master and an incredibly, much older version of the Master. So it does make me wonder, is this version of the Master here decidedly younger than we've ever seen before? And he's not got his, iconic Master beard, he's clean shaven, and he looks slightly less threatening than normal. Is this the Master before Spyfall? So this is the first time that that incarnation of the Master meets the 13th Doctor, but obviously they're meeting out of order because they're both time travellers, something like that. It also makes me wonder, if we remember back to Series 10, the best series of Doctor Who, Missy, that's the Master, she turned good and died. What if she, dies there, regenerates into a younger Sacha Darwin, and that Sacha Darwin is the, Master that we're following in the Centenary special? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's just some food for thought. That would be pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot you could do if you've got an older version of the Master who's evil and he knows about the Timeless Child, etc. And a younger version of the Master who maybe hasn't even found out about the Timeless Child yet. And yeah, there's lots of storytelling, character building opportunities there, which, yeah, I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. The magazine cover also tells us that we're going to get a 20-page, which 20 pages is a lot for a magazine, because when you remember how small the text is in a magazine, that is a lot of content to cover for the upcoming Centenary special, and this magazine is dropping this Thursday. I know in the UK you can basically buy it anywhere, newsagents, whatever. Internationally, I don't have a clue, sorry guys, but I'm sure you'll probably be able to find it somewhere. I think you can digitally download Doctor Who magazine, which might be your best option if you're not living in the UK. But yeah, expect more videos coming in the very, very near future, probably this Thursday, Friday, who knows. News is finally on the way, which it's just great to be talking about Doctor Who again. I mean, the 60th anniversary special starring David Tennant and Catherine Tate, that wrapped filming about a month or 2 ago, probably about 2 months ago, so there haven't been any filming pictures. They've mainly been using closed off sets and stuff there. I mean, there's been the odd leak here and there, which you can go and find on my channel, videos where I discuss the possibility, this is a possible spoiler, so turn away if you don't want to hear it, but the possibility that Bonnie Langford is coming back as Mel. I mean, the more I hear about that rumour, the Bonnie Langford coming back as Mel Bush into Doctor Who, the more it seems to be adding up. I mean, obviously don't take that as 100% confirmation, and it is a bit of a spoiler because, yeah, classic character returning, but yeah, it's looking quite likely that Mel is going to be making a return in the 60th anniversary alongside David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Now, another thing before I delve into theories and whatnot, that I just want to sort of clear up. A lot of people are confused, and obviously there's the obsessive nerds like myself and probably a large portion of you watching out there that know all about this, but the more casual fans I speak to, and I get comments on every video of people asking about it, or even on Twitter. This is the timeline of future Doctor Who. Basically, the next episode we have is the final episode of Chris Chibnall's run, the final episode for Jodie Whittaker, final episode for Mandip Gill, John Bishop, and that whole cast and crew. Hopefully not Sacha Darwin though, hopefully he carries over into the Russell T Davies new era. But yeah, that is the Goodbye Chibnall episode. Now, why everyone calls it an anniversary special, because this seems to get a lot of people confused, it is a centenary special celebrating 100 years of the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. So yeah, this special, from what Chris Chibnall and people have said in interviews, is jam-packed full of references, classic companions coming back, classic hoo-has and every which way references to Doctor Who past. Also, in order to celebrate the fact that the BBC's been around for 100 years, which is quite impressive. Now, out of these characters and cameos, returns, leaks, whatever, we know for definite, we've got promo images, they're being interviewed in this upcoming Doctor Who magazine. Tegan and Ace, the classic companions, they're both back, played by Sophie Aldred and Janet Fielding. They're both in the Centenary special. Now, it's also been heavily rumoured that there are loads of other classic companions coming back. You'll allow me to quickly pause the video here. I'm just going to go and say, this is our Doctor Who fan film, Echo's Return. It's, yeah, almost finished. But if you are feeling really generous, obviously no pressure, please go and donate to us on Ko-fi or Ko-fi, whatever the website's called. You can, yeah, make a donation of however much money you want to us to help us get this film made. Yeah, the film will still go up on YouTube for free, but it costs so much money, whether that be travel expenses, costume, etc. It's all a non-profit film. Like, it loses us money, but it's just fun to make, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So if you are feeling generous, please do go over to that link and, yeah, donate. It will be in the comments as well if you want to donate any money. Don't feel like you need to, but it would be greatly appreciated. Back to the video. Now, I mentioned earlier, Bonnie Langford is probably back for the 60th anniversary, so maybe that's all set up in the Centenary special, because we know UNIT has a big part to play in both the Centenary and the 60th. We've seen leaked filming pictures. I think about a year ago, we saw a leaked picture of a UNIT logo on the floor of some base, which is for the Centenary special. We also saw from the trailer that Kate Stewart is back, and yeah, she's the leader of UNIT. So I think it is quite likely Bonnie Langford is also in the Centenary special, and that sort of runs into the 60th, which, if so, that is just like really, really cool. Also, we know that the 60th has a big part with UNIT as well, because we've seen UNIT soldiers fighting and shooting at what we presume to be these Doctor Who creatures from the comics called Wraith Warriors. And there's a whole thing with Beep the Meep, which I have another video on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, it is strange and very obscure Doctor Who knowledge, but yeah, Doctor Who comic villain Beep the Meep is set to be back for the 60th anniversary as well. Now, there's also this big rumour for the Centenary, which is the next episode we're getting, that classic Doctors are coming back. Now, I don't know, I don't want to get my hopes up, because, yeah, this sort of thing is flung around so often, but I do think there is a chance. I mean, if you've got the classic companions, why not bring back classic Doctors, even if it's just for a short little period. I mean, I did read a theory somewhere, I cannot remember where, so if this is your theory, you're really cool, but there was this idea that in the trailer we see Jodie sort of stuck in this box type thing where it looks like she's regenerating. What if that box thing is some sort of plot by the Master to degenerate the Doctor, which is why you get classic companions coming back, that sort of thing, and maybe Jodie switches into like all these other classic Doctors and ends up being David Tennant's Doctor, which leads into the 60th. I mean, we know Russell, who's the new showrunner, who's writing the 60th, which, yeah, just going back to the timeline quickly, we're getting the Centenary, and then we're getting a 60th anniversary year of celebrations. I think there's supposed to be 3 specials starring David Tennant and Catherine Tate. They're the main Doctor and companion, but David Tennant did recently tease at a Comic-Con that there's way more that we don't know about in the 60th anniversary. As I said, one sort of kind of leak, Bonnie Langford. We know that Wilfred Mott's in it. We know Sylvia Noble, Sean Temple Noble. Who's to say there aren't a whole host of other Doctor Who characters coming back for the 60th as well? And wrapping off our timeline, we know that after the 60th anniversary, we're getting a whole new series, once again penned and overseen by Russell T Davies, starring the wonderful Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor. Now, we don't know whether Ncuti is going to be in the 60th anniversary, but we do know he's going to be the Doctor sometime in the future. And also, I think it's not officially confirmed, but it's just logic. Like, looking at the timeline, Jodie Whittaker is going to regenerate into David Tennant. David Tennant is going to regenerate into Ncuti Gatwa, and that's, like, the chronology of it. I don't think that David Tennant is coming back to play the 10th Doctor, because, yeah, Donna's life's moved on. She's got a daughter called Rose, played by Yasmin Finney, and obviously Catherine Tate is visibly older, so are all her other family members. So, yeah, it's probably the future, and the 14th Doctor is David Tennant and all this funky stuff. It's going to be really, really cool. We're probably going to see a whole host of other companions back. I think there's also a high possibility we'll get cameos from other Doctors, whether that be the Centenary or the 60th. But yeah, let me know what you're hoping to see in the future of Doctor Who. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to keep up to date with the latest and greatest Doctor Who news coverage. I will be covering the stuff that we find out from Doctor Who magazine. Obviously, go and buy it yourself to read through it all, and then you can join in these videos and discuss it, because, yeah, it's a great magazine. But yeah, thank you for watching, and once again, before I go, I am just going to heavily promote our Doctor Who fan film, Echo's Return, the sequel to our other Doctor Who fan film, Echo's End. We've been working on this for 6 whole months, and it's finally wrapped filming, which is just amazing. But now it's on to the edit. So in a few months, you're going to be getting that fan film. And I will just mention again in the video, there is a Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi or whatever it is page, which I've set up if you want to send any donations to help us get the film made. Because, yeah, it's already cost. And at the moment, it's all come out of, like, my pocket, like my ad revenue, which I make off YouTube, because obviously YouTube is my part-time job. But yeah, it's a lot of money, especially like going through post-production, trying to get all these things done. Yeah, if you are feeling generous, obviously don't feel any pressure to, but if you are feeling generous, there's a link in the comments section. Go and donate to us on Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi or whatever the website's called. But yeah, you can help us get this fan film made. And yeah, that would just be great. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.